Broncos' first-round pick, Shane Ray, outside linebacker, Missouri. What message is John Elway sending us by drafting this type of player, this kid?
Well, I mean, first and foremost, I mean, I look at it from just a pure player standpoint. You're talking about what many people talked as having top 10 type of pass rush ability. And you got him down at, what, 23 or whatever it was?
Right.
So, you know, again, has he had a few issues? Yeah. I would look at, you know, smoking marijuana or getting caught, absolutely selfish, stupid act, whatever. But I think it's probably more the norm in the National Football League than it is anything else, or with professional sports in general. So I think most teams now look at it. I think the only thing that they get worried about is if you automatically go into the
substance abuse
program. Because,
and he does.
Yes,
he's in.
You're in now, and that's where you really have to manage because, I mean, let's face it, and I think the league would never say this, but I think the league feels this way is, you know, we tell you when the street drug test is, we give you heads up, warning after warning after warning, make sure you're clean, because it's on this day, it's on this day. So as soon as you pass that test, you know, you're free. If you're not in the program, you're free. If you're a pot smoker, you're free to smoke all day long, every day if you want to. I mean, that's, and I think the league understands that they're not probably going to control that. But if you're in the program, that's where, you know, that's where the Josh Gordons of the world, they keep getting caught. That's where, you know, the issues really become evident. So that's a gamble in and of itself. Plus, he's had I believe the toe injury.
Yeah. So what about the type of player he is? What's Elway telling us?
I think he is a dynamic pass rusher, and I think you look at especially down the stretch in the playoffs. The pressure that we were getting early in the season, weren't getting.
Yeah.
And so, to me, I'm looking at a kid that has the potential to be a great pass rusher. You have a potential to have a tandem of pass rushers with this Shane Ray kid, with Von Miller, that could be a devastating pass rusher. And then, obviously, with Ware, from a rotational standpoint, you're talking about the ability to get after the opponent's quarterback. And that to me, dissipated watching games and breaking down the Broncos, especially as we got in the playoffs. We just weren't getting any pressure. And we got zero pressure, by the way, against the Indianapolis Colts, whose offensive line, to call it average would be an insult to average things, right? So I looked at it from the standpoint of, you're looking at what you tried to do defensively last year. You start to understand we didn't have the rotation we needed to stay fresh. Look what happened to the Seahawks in the Super Bowl. They lost their premier guy to injury in the Super Bowl, and all of a sudden that fourth quarter, Brady's picking people apart.
Yeah.
Because they no longer can pressure him. And so that's really, to me, you can talk about that the play at the goal line. You can talk about anything you want to talk about. But that really, to me, is the biggest key, is they lost their ability to pressure Brady, and Brady went off in the fourth quarter. I mean, just flat out went off.